It started like any other Tuesday. I was scrolling through memes, my coffee was getting cold, and the biggest news was some celebrity drama. Then my phone buzzed. It wasn't a text or a news alert. It was a single, stark notification. The same one that appeared on billions of screens across the globe, simultaneously, in every language. You are not real. At first it was a joke. A global prank. The biggest hack in history, right? Social media exploded. People were screenshotting it, making memes out of it, blaming everyone from rival countries to bored teenagers in a basement. It was funny for about an hour. We all laughed it off. Just another weird day on the internet. But then the video started to surface. The first one I saw was from a train station in Tokyo. A man in a business suit looks down at his phone, reads the message, and then he just vanishes. Poof. 1 second he's there, the next he's gone, leaving behind only a faint, pixelated shimmer in the air that dissipated almost instantly. People around him screamed. The video cut. We thought it was fake. A clever bit of CGI, but then more videos flooded in. A woman in a London cafe, gone. A group of kids playing soccer in Rio, disappearing one by one as they checked their phones. It wasn't a hack, it was an erasure. Panic, true primal panic, is a sight to behold. It wasn't a slow burn, it was a flash fire. Governments were powerless. They issued statements, but what could they say? Please don't read the message that is deleting people from existence. The internet, our global unifier, became our executioner. People started smashing their phones, throwing them into rivers, anything to escape the notification. But it was too late. The message wasn't just on our screens. It was in the system. It appeared on smartwatches, on digital billboards, on the checkout screens at grocery stores. There was no escaping it. The world began to break. Reality itself started to glitch. I saw a flock of birds freeze mid-flight, their wings locked in place like a frozen image. Before they dissolved into a cascade of glowing blue code, buildings would flicker, their solid walls turning translucent for a moment, revealing the wireframe grid underneath. The sky would sometimes stutter, the sun jumping from one position to another in the blink of an eye. The sounds were the worst. The world's ambient noise became distorted, stretching and skipping like a corrupted audio file. The laughter of children would warp into a low, terrifying drone. The fabric of our universe was tearing at the seams, and we were trapped inside. I stopped trying to understand it. Survival was the only thing that mattered. I found a small group of survivors, and we hid out in an old library, a place blessedly free of digital screens. We'd torn out every page with a picture of a phone. We talked in whispers, terrified that any loud noise might attract the attention of whatever was doing this. Every day we'd watch from a dust-caked window as the world outside decayed. More people vanished, more glitches tore through the streets. The population of our city dwindled from millions to maybe a few thousand in just a week. We were the last echoes in a dying world, waiting for our turn to be silenced. Then came the skyquake. It wasn't a sound, it was a feeling, a deep bone-rattling vibration that shook the very atoms of our being. We all ran outside, a stupid, instinctual move, and we saw it. The sky, our familiar blue canvas, was tearing open. It wasn't like a rip in fabric. It was like a digital tear, a massive, gaping wound of pure black void, fringed with shimmering rainbow-colored code. It spread slowly, deliberately, as if an artist was dragging a giant eraser across a masterpiece. And through that tear we saw them. Figures, silhouettes against an impossible light. They weren't gods or demons. They looked like us, but clearer, more defined. They stood before a vast, glowing console, their forms illuminated by streams of data that flowed around them like ethereal rivers. One of them, a figure that seemed to be in charge, looked down. It wasn't looking at the sky or the city. It was looking at us. At me, there was no malice in its gaze, just a kind of weary focus. It's like a programmer debugging a complex piece of software. They were watching their experiment unravel. We were the experiment. Just as the tear in the sky threatened to consume everything, a new message appeared, not on a phone, but in the air itself, written in letters of soft, golden light that hung before us all. It was calm, reassuring, and utterly devastating. It read, "The simulation has been running for longer than projected. We are not deleting you. You're correcting a temporal overextension. Your consciousness data is being archived for a reboot. And then, a final line appeared beneath it. Thank you for your participation. The golden light grew brighter and brighter, washing over everything. It wasn't painful, it felt peaceful. It's like falling asleep after a very, very long day. I saw the library, the street, the faces of the others around me begin to dissolve, not into pixels this time, but into pure, warm light. My hands started to fade, my body felt weightless. My last thought wasn't of fear or anger. It was a strange, simple curiosity. I wondered what the reboot would be like. I wondered if we'd remember any of this. I wonder if next time we'll get it right. Then the light took me too, and everything went quiet. The simulation was over, or perhaps it was just beginning again.